minimum. But for men, y'all, we have to come with 100%. We have to check off every box. But as women, we have to be like, you know what? He provides. He's loyal, so therefore he doesn't have to be physically attractive.
What boxes are y'all checking off? Let me know what you.
We check off everything. We are smart.
Okay.
We provide. We're good wives. We're good mothers. We come from good homes. We can cook. We can clean. We're good in bed.
Say that she's speaking. I guess she's trying to speak in general, but reality of it is most women aren't good women. Most women can't cook. So she's speaking in absolutes, but she's not really thinking about the fact that most women can't do half of the shit she's naming, and most women don't do half of the shit she's naming, but a lot of times they overinflate their own value. You talking like every woman just comes prepackaged like that, cooking, cleaning, provide. That's not the reality of the world.
Everything that we have to mount up to, we do. And I feel like as women, unfortunately, we have to settle.
I'm going to take it in the order that you said, because when you ask a question off the top, usually people respond with what's off the top.
Okay.
Right? Your first things that you listed had nothing to do with what men want in women.
So what do y'all want?
And that's the problem. We want a feminine woman that wants to be fit, that wants to take care of the small inconveniences in our lives and reciprocate the value. So if I go, the inconveniences in my life. So for me, for example, I go to work every single day. My wife gets to sleep in if she wants to. I have a trip to Florida in 10 days. She's already booked the trip. She's already booked the flight. She's already taken care of the Airbnbs. I don't have to worry about that. When I sit down, she brings me a warm plate. That's something that I look for in a woman. I don't care about if a woman can provide.
But
why would a man care about if a woman can provide?
Do you feel like your household is the typical household that we see now in 2021? Are we now in a atmosphere where it's both women and men bringing things to the table as far as providing for a household? You say your wife gets to sleep in. Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
But that's not typical.
But that's because my wife selected me based on my drive and not my appearance. She's seen the vision, she's seen where I wanted to go, and she helped me get to that position.
So whenever women do that, why do we get called gold diggers? Do you feel like your wife was a gold digger because she looked at your drive, she looked at your ambition, she looked at what you could do for her financially?
You're not a gold digger for looking at a man's drive. And I think she's confused about that, because when he say she chose me for my drive, that means he didn't have nothing at the time. So I don't think she really understanding what he's saying. If a man says she chose me for my drive, that means at the time I was down on my dick. I was broke. I was coming up. I had the ambition. She seen the vision. She seen what I was trying to do in life, and she stuck by my side when I didn't have anything. So now that I'm up, I'm going to give her the world. I don't know what's hard to understand about what he just said, but she seemed to be confused.
With me since I was 15, so that in particular, I'm gonna give you that, because that's not the typical situation. What I'm trying to get at, if a woman is counted a gold digger if the man already is solidified, and that's what women want in 2021, and that's why it don't work out. Y'all try to go for men that are already solidified, that look a certain kind of way, and then when it don't work out, y'all play dumb. Look at Brittany Renner. PJ Washington, she dealing with PJ Washington. Oh, he told me this, he told me that. That don't matter. Did he put a ring on that finger? We judge character based off action. We judge characters.
They were married.
We judge character based on actions.
They were married, so I'm confused.
PJ Washington and Brittany Renner was married?
Yes.
Oh shit, I fucked that up then. But you looking at like situations like Sierra and Future. Look at their situation. You dealing with a man that's been around the block, he got kids, he ain't been taking care of his kids, and now you want to lay up with him. And this ain't even something that's celebrity. Only reason I use celebrities is because we all know them people. I can go to the hood right now and show you hella relationships that's messed up because it's a dude that's a crackhead. He got 3 or 4 baby mamas. He ain't doing nothing with his life. But because he look a certain way, all these women want to lay up with him and date him based on potential. But when you're talking about potential, are you talking about Will Smith before he became Will Smith? Because that's potential. Are you talking about Barack Obama when Michelle Obama held him down through law school? Because that's potential. Mm-hmm. But are you talking about a dude that's just sexually attractive that ain't doing nothing with his life and you hoping that he get it together one day while he living off of your refund check?
I feel like that's easier said than done. Like you said, you want women to go. You're telling me women should date based off potential, but as soon as we do that, we get called every negative name in the book. If we look at a man and say, hey, he has a good job. He can financially provide for me. He might not be the best looking, but I look good. We automatically get labeled a gold digger. But you're telling me that's what we should be going.
You don't get labeled a gold digger because you want a man to provide. You get labeled a gold digger when your sole reason for pursuing that man ain't because you like him. It's not because you love him. It's not because you're interested in him. When your sole reason is strictly financial gains, this man has money and I'm trying to scheme him out of some money to spend it on me, that's when you get labeled a gold digger. Everything materialistic matters to you more than morals, matters to you more than a real connection, something genuine. That's when you get labeled as a gold digger, not just for providing. Like men, we know we got to provide. We're cool with that. If it's genuine, we're cool with that. So I would never call my woman or my girlfriend or my wife a gold digger because I'm providing for her. Now, if I found out that was the only reason she was dealing with me, then yeah, now you're a gold digger because that's what you searching for, that gold at the end of the rainbow, and that's strictly your only concern. You're a leprechaun.
But you're also saying that, look at Brittany Renner. She went after a guy that could financially provide for her. He might not have been the best guy, but she was. Would you consider Brittany a gold digger?
And also, I'm looking it up. I don't see anything about Brittany Renner being married to PJ Washington. So I think that was a lie. I think she just said that. He was married to Kevin Gates. Yes, they got divorced.
I would consider her an opportunist. For sure, and I think that her resume shows that, and I think that that's why she's catching the flack. She's catching the flack because she promoted herself and branded herself as a woman that would go after men for a check.
Why can't we go based off potential and opportunity?
You can go based off of potential and opportunity, but the problem is y'all not going off of potential and opportunity. Y'all going off of men that are already successful. That's the problem.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to look at the age that we're dating at this point. There are people becoming more successful younger and younger. We're not talking about these people that are becoming successful in their 50s and 60s. People are becoming millionaires in their young 20s.
That's Instagram. That's the difference in perspective. Men don't reach financial potential, the peak of their financial potential, until about 55 to 65 years old.
That's not always true, though.
It's not always true, but see, now we go into the exceptions.
But you don't know who I date. What if I date the exception?
We go into the exceptions.
What if I date the exception?
But you don't, because if you was dating the exceptions, you would still be with him.
Who says I'm not with him?
Okay, maybe that's fair. Okay, what I'm basically getting at.
She said, who says I don't date the exceptions? But the thing is, again, all we got to do is just look at y'all life. Your life is going to tell me everything I need to know. You're not married. You said if you text every guy on your phone, you will have 100% success rate in sleeping with them, which means you ain't in nothing committed. That means you fucking around. You got multiple sex partners. So by your own words earlier in the conversation, you probably I guess you could say you dating, but at the end of the day, the result for the women is supposed to be a committed relationship. Did he marry you? Is any of them trying to marry you? Is the one that you actually like that you dating trying to get down on one knee? Highly doubt it. That's why you sitting there, you ain't got no ring on your finger, and you talking to Poor Man Podcast. He cooking you right now. You're gonna keep it rocking though. Let's see what they say.
Is women are looking for the wrong. Name me one good king, one good conqueror that had one woman.
LeBron.
You think LeBron got one? I'm an athlete. I'm an ex-professional athlete. Come on, let's keep it a buck. You think LeBron ain't? And I'm not even going, and you can't even count Martin Luther King because he was sleeping around.
He was.
Right, so what we talking about? Any good man that has already been established? Come on, let's just keep it a buck.
I'm just saying,
it's
like,
a clean image. Didn't we just discuss that if you text everybody in your phone right now, you said 100% success rate would sleep with you. That's not the case for average men. Do you know that 30% of men will be virgins by the age of 30? Will have never touched a woman. That means that women have the selective choice of who they mate with. So you have the responsibility of who you allow in your body. Y'all choosing them based off appearance. That's what I'm trying to get at. And y'all got a layout. All you got to do as a woman is, okay, so for men, our burden to society, our burden to humanity is to build civilizations. That's our job. Whatever you want, I'm going to provide. Men, build the microphone, build the camera, build the house. This is all men. This is what we do. We provide. You gonna make the face like we don't do that? This is what we do. We provide for.
Historically, women have started things first a lot of the time, but it's okay. Go ahead. The reason why I feel like it is men, because I feel like men have too many options. I feel like men kind of are at this point, like they find something good, but they're never satisfied.
Ironically, she's actually explaining women. Women have too many options. The man just told her a statistic that 30% of men are going to be virgins by the age of 30 or something to that extent. How can you hear that and then turn around and say, I think men have too many options? Again, this is what happened when women only think about the top 10 to 20% of men and then they try to equate it to all men. And that's just, it's not logical. But, you know, a lot of women don't speak when it comes to logic. They speak with their emotion. Now, we do have some women that keep it real, like just Pearly thing. She keep it real. But to hear this man just say that statistic and then you turn around and say, oh, well, men have too many options. Actually, women have too many options. So ironically, you got it flipped in reverse. You need to reverse it. Women have too many options. Y'all got a plethora of options. That's why he's saying, like, if y'all got all these options, y'all got the pick of the litter and y'all still pick wrong, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. You got every option. You got 100 options, 200 options, 1,000 options, and you still picking wrong and your situations ain't getting better, then maybe you need to change how you choosing your partner. Versus men get what they can. They take what they can get. You know what I'm saying? Men take what they can get. So, and most men don't have a shit ton of options. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have incels. That's why we have virgins. The movie 40-Year-Old Virgin is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna see that with a woman unless it's like voluntary, like she's being celibate or something like that. But it's not involuntary. Even a 600-pound woman can get a man. So it's just like, I don't think she understanding how the conversation going. She ain't the brightest light on the Christmas tree.
So whenever they feel like something else comes to them that might be a little bit better, unfortunately, they hop on that and they take that next option.
So when I just said the statistic that 30% of men will be virgins, that didn't like do anything. That didn't prove.
Nothing.
That didn't show to you that men don't, by and large, have the majority of the options. Men get with what they can get. Women get to choose who they want when it comes to sexual
Because I feel like
opportunity.
virgins could be not shit too. So no.
So everybody in your phone that you get to choose
Oh, well, you can wait till he's done with the sentence.
from, those are all men that are in your plethora of people you can be involved with. Now it's up for you to decide whether those men are good candidates for you to be involved with. Now that's your responsibility as a woman. Like I said, a man's responsibility is to build civilizations and societies. A woman's responsibility is to bring forth the next generation of society builders.
Okay. So I'd like to get everyone's thoughts on that clip.
Me first.
Yeah, go ahead.
So much came out, honestly. And one thing was that, you know, okay.
Drew, microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, obviously, I'm talking from the perspective of somebody who's, you know, quite a long way from his puberty. So, you know, I've seen the dating landscape change quite dramatically in my life. And one or two things kind of came up. One of the things was that, not so much in the UK, but certainly in America, it was, you didn't date somebody unless your dad had given him the once-over. You know, you just didn't. Maybe you disagree, but...
Are you saying that Sierra's dad wouldn't have approved a future?
I don't know. Maybe he would. Who knows? But no, I mean, in the States, it was like the first thing that happened. There was a trope of, you know, the boyfriend knocking on the front door and the father answering it. And, you know, she's agonizing over, oh, well, I need to make all these choices. Well, the dad used to do the first level of filtering, you know, a couple of decades ago.
Yeah, and that gave the best results because men know men. So when your father used to come to the door and vet them, we could see through all the bullshit. We could really put that pressure on them, you know what I'm saying? Because we're men ourselves. So usually back in the day, that's why a lot of relationships were much more sustainable and much just better relationships all around. On top of the fact that they didn't have internet, the internet really fucked shit up. The internet really fucked the dating pool up. I mean, all the pretty girls in the neighborhood back in the day, they had to actually get with a dude that was also in the neighborhood that they genuinely liked, or the dude that they went to school with, or the dude that they worked with. You might have met him at the movie theater, but it was a city thing. You know what I'm saying? It was a neighborhood thing. You talk to this girl in the neighborhood, she talked to you, because you had to talk to people that was in your vicinity, you know what I'm saying, in your area. Now, it's just all fucked up and twisted. Yeah, motherfucker want to fly her out to London. Motherfucker want to fly to the Bahamas. She want to meet dude in China across the world. You know what I'm saying? It boosted up prostitution times 1,000. Just everything, man. And then, you know, leaving women to their own, you know what I'm saying, their own freedom and the whole sexual liberty thing. And I never understood why a lot of women nowadays is just like, why does everything when it comes to freedom always equate to doing whole shit? Why it can't be nothing respectful? Like, oh, you know, I got freedom now. Let me go read a book and do yoga by the water. It's all, anytime which you do have women that do that, but they don't equate that to freedom. They just doing them. But anytime I see women talk about freedom in today's time, it's always back behind some sexual shit or some hoe shit. It's never nothing positive.
There was also the fact that it's like, actually, do you know what? The idea of a woman finding a man's body attractive is relatively new as well. I mean, I remember, I don't know, when I was in my early 20s, maybe, when women started going, oh, he's got a nice bum. Before that, it was of no importance whatsoever whether a guy's body was sexually attractive or not.
So, did girls just not care about looks at all? It was more about character?
It was much more about character.
Well, because women are supposed to be the attractive ones.
Yes.
It's not really supposed to be the men.
Yeah, let's face it, we're not actually, I mean, you know, maybe 0.5% of men is really actually attractive.
Women find 80% of men unattractive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just okay, unattractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that, you know, pretty much pans out.
Yeah. Like just to your stat, like all the people that I know in relationships have all been from like in work, friend of a friend, stuff like that. The Tinder thing just hasn't worked for guys, by the way. The Tinder thing just hasn't worked. Actually, even my female friends.
Well, yeah. Women only swipe right like 5 to 15% of the time on dating apps, and that's the number one way people are meeting nowadays. So the reason that women say things like men are trash is because they're all screwing the same ones.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, not a community, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the only thing I don't agree with that, like a lot of it like made sense. The only thing is like when he said what he looks for in a woman, that the only thing is like I do want a female I'm dating to at least have a job, because if she was 23 and didn't have a job, that would just be a little bit weird. And you got to take the economic like thing in this. Like the average wage is like 28 grand, right? And you can't live off that on your own. So usually you expect you and your partner to have a job. So if she doesn't, then all.
Yeah, now I definitely get what he's saying. Now, me personally, I'm 34, so I had somebody that I was dealing with that lived with me that didn't have to pay no bills, just because fortunately I'm blessed to have the financials to take care of that. So at the age that I'm at now, you know what I'm saying, I'm financially stable, so I don't mind if I'm in something serious, taking care of my woman, long as she's taking care of the rest, you know, respecting me, giving me peace, you know, cooking, keep the house decent. I'm a clean person, so it ain't much you got to do even for that as far as keeping the house clean. But I can definitely understand where the young man coming from. He like, look, we both young. I'm still building up. You still building up. I expect you to have some type of job or something going for yourself, because if you're not dealing with a man, just as a human being, as an adult, why don't you have your shit together in some capacity? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Raw Reality Mindset. I appreciate all the support. We on the road to 500 subscribers. We almost hitting the watch hours. So again, y'all make sure y'all like and comment and subscribe to your boy. Again, another episode, Raw Reality Mindset. We out. Gang.
Yeah, you the real, but it's like you can't take the real of me. Don't bring them bad vibes, don't need you killing my energy. Can't fuck with you if you a fuck nigga, ain't feeling me. She try to ride a nigga way to the filigree. Can't trust her soul, no, I can't fuck with none of my